Bonjour et bienvenue à la classe de français online. So, welcome. This video is for the students and parents, most importantly, of our online French students. So I'm so happy that you've decided to continue with French, even though you are unable to join us in person this year. I totally understand and respect that decision. I'm going to be working with you online this year, and we're going to go in this presentation through what to expect, who am I, what's going on, all of that. So let's take a look. Qui est Monsieur Keirns? So we're going to start off with an example of some of the ways that I like to teach. So, qui est moi? Qui suis-je? Moi, je suis Monsieur Keirns. Je suis de Littleton, Colorado. J'enseigne le français depuis 8 ans. J'aime jouer au tennis, faire de l'escalade et j'aime voyager. Je suis allé à l'université de Gonzaga. Voilà, c'est moi. J'aime aussi les nœuds papillons. Who am I? English version now. So, flipping that around, qui suis-je? Who am I? I'm from, je suis de Littleton, Colorado. I've been teaching French. J'enseigne le français depuis 8 ans. And I like to climb, faire de l'escalade. I like to play tennis. I coach both of those at Golden. And I went to Gonzaga. I like to travel. I have a master's in teaching and learning, undergrad from Gonzaga in French. I have my admin license with the master's as well. And I like teaching just because I like trying to have a positive impact on young people's lives, and I'm passionate about the French language and culture, and I like trying to impart some of that as well. So, online, what's that going to look like? Well, you guys are going to follow an online system, and we are going to try to do everything synchronously as much as possible, meaning as much as possible, we're going to try to be in Zoom meetings with the other people in your level. Now, understand that there are 23 students who chose to go online who also want to take French. That's in all levels. So what that means, there's 11 people from French 1, 6 from French 2, 5 from French 3, 1 from French 4, who are 100% remote. And it might be more. It might end up being more by the time that schedules are 100% finalized. So I have one period. I think it's going to be 5th period, but unfortunately I have to make this video before the final kinks of the schedule have been worked out. So I have to submit this video, and I actually have a meeting about the online classes tomorrow, but I had to submit the video earlier. So anyways, whatever period it says that you have French on your schedule, that's when you will log in to your Zoom. You'll log into Google Classroom, you'll see a link, and then you'll go to the Zoom if it's a synchronous day like that, which it most likely will be. There will be times where I just say it's asynchronous, meaning you're working on your own. But for the most part, we're trying to communicate here. We're trying to interact and learn how to communicate with a language. So we have to try to work face-to-face as much as possible. So what that means is, here's your Google Classroom codes. You will either be placed in novice or intermediate. If you are French 3 or 4, you are 100% going to be in the intermediate online class. And I'm going to run those together, basically, for half of the period. The other half, I'm running the novice. So the first half of the period, usually, I'm going to run a French 1-2 kind of combo that I'm calling novice. And then the second half, I'm going to run a French 3-4 kind of combo that I'm calling intermediate. What I'm hoping is that it will accelerate all of your language to the point that you will be at least as good, if not probably better, than your fellow students who are taking the class in person. And I'm accelerating it as much as I can so that you can, so that we don't lose or bore the heck out of anyone who's been like bumped down. So like if you're in level 2, if you're taking level 2, you sign up for that, you'll probably be a novice unless you're one of the 2 or 3 that chose to go online 100% and you like aced the class, like easy A for you last year. I'm going to bump you into intermediate so that you get pushed because I know if you're one of those few people, I know you can handle it. So I'm also going to use Remind. So I just have one Remind right now for all of you, and it's FR Online is the code. Download the Remind app again, or you can text the code at FR Online. Let me pull up the pointer. This guy right here at FR Online. Text that code to the phone number 81010 81010. Okay. Text at FR Online to 81010, and then you'll start getting my Remind messages. Or go to remind.com or download the Remind app and then type in that code right there. Okay. Once again, period 5, that's when we're online. Okay. You're either going to be novice or intermediate, and that's it. Okay. Everything will feed through Google Classroom. I'll post agendas every day. They will be dated every day of class. They will be dated in the stream. That's the like generic feed as if it were Facebook. And then anything you turn in, you look for the classwork tab, and you will turn everything in the classwork tab. Okay. So, and for the most part, we'll be using Zoom so that I can create breakout rooms, small meetings for you, and so that we can get to know each other well, even though we're apart. Grading policies. This year, as last year, if you had me last year, we've got 60% of your grade is based on your proficiency and 40% on the work that leads up to your proficiency. So supporting work means quizzes, like your memorization type quizzes, your homework, your classwork, your participation, putting in the effort and turning everything in. That's your supporting work. That's 40% of your grade. Your proficiency is how well you use the language. Interpretive assessments, those are your listening or reading assessments. That's 15% of your grade, how well you listen to or read French. Interpersonal, how well you interact with other people by listening and then speaking back, or even through a chat sometimes. Presentational, that is literally a presentation, or it can be your writing ability. That's 15%. And then your final exam is 15%. There's going to be at least 2 of these every 6 weeks. Okay. That's my goal, at least 2 of, not of each kind, but just like maybe an interpretive and interpersonal. And then the next 6 weeks, you got a presentational and an interpersonal. And then the last 6 weeks, you've got an interpretive and presentational or something like that every 6 weeks. So 60% of your grade is your actual ability to use the language, not your ability to fill out a worksheet or to memorize and then regurgitate. That's not our goal here. Our goal is to actually use French. Okay, that might sound different from your parents. Like if you learned like I did, that was all textbook based, and then how you filled out your workbook and all of that. If that sounds different to you, then I encourage you to watch this video. I won't play it right now, but it is the first video, the first link that you will see on Google Classroom. Okay. This video explains why most teachers in the country have already moved to a proficiency-based classroom, and a little bit of what that means and how that might be different. Okay. So how do you succeed in this kind of environment? It's going to be crazy. We're going online. You've got to be bold. You've got to speak up, be compassionate, be open, and try hard. Understand that I want you all to succeed. That is my goal. And if you feel like you are not, as a student, succeeding in my class, you need to let me know. Okay? Know that I'm here for you. I want to do my best to make sure that you do your best. But sometimes it's hard for me to know that you're struggling if you don't let me know. Uh, or certainly as we're online, if you're like, I can't find this link, I can't access X, Y, and Z. Well, I don't know that you can't find it if you don't tell me. So make sure you speak up. Um, and then take risks with the language. Be creative, throw yourself out there, throw words out there and see if they stick, see if they work, and know that you're going to make mistakes. And that's good. You will not be punished for making those mistakes as long as you keep trying, because that's how you grow and learn from your mistakes. Now, and as a classmate, it's important to know that we will see each other, including myself, make mistakes. I make mistakes in English. I'll make mistakes in French. I'll make mistakes in the online platform. And it's important for us to be compassionate with each other and assume positive intent. I'm going to assume that you are always trying your hardest, that you are always putting yourself out there, and that's great. And know that I encourage you to do that. Okay, so know that I expect you to make mistakes, and that is okay. That's how you learn, and that's how you get better. And I will make mistakes. I hope you're compassionate with me too, and with your classmates when they do the same, so that we don't put people down, and then all of a sudden they're too afraid to do step number one: be bold and take risks. We got to be open. We're going to learn about a lot of different cultures this year, not just French culture, but um, the cultures of various francophone countries, of which there are many. And we'll learn about those in the first couple weeks even. So I also ask you to just try hard, be resilient. If things aren't working out well, just keep putting yourself out there. Okay. I know this is getting long. These are some of the tools I'm going to use real quick. Classroom Remind, Flipgrid. Those are things I've already talked about. Parents, you're going to get a chance to use Flipgrid if you would like. And then we will also use Pear Deck a lot. Screencastify is the tool I'm using right now. So, second to last slide. Here's my contact information. Make sure you spell my name correctly, SKEIRNS@jeffcoschools.us. Flipgrid is right here. Here's some more information on that. So you can join a parent-only Flipgrid that I made. Parents, you can go to flipgrid.com/FrenchParent, and you can see a tool that I'm going to be using a lot with your students in order to make sure that we can have video interactions between your students, myself, each other, everything like that. Now, these first videos, they're out there. You just make a comment. You'll see, if you log into that website, you'll see a video of me much shorter than this one, just 30 seconds, and you can record a quick little 30-second response. You can record whatever you want. You can type in a response. You can just add a little like a social media platform, okay? And I'm going to use this specific platform a ton this year. So it's important. Maybe you want to get familiar with it. All right. I would also say that when it comes to students, I will be more closely monitoring and making sure that the videos are appropriate, of course, before they're all seen by the rest of classmates. Some videos will only be seen by me. And sometimes comments or video responses to each other will be enabled, and sometimes they won't. So that's all I have. If you have any questions, if you would like to introduce yourself or make any comments, feel free to hop on that Flipgrid and record a quick video response, or simply email me at skeirns@jeffcoschools.us. Okay, thank you so much. It is nice to meet you all, or at least, I look forward to meeting those of you that I haven't yet. So, enchanté et à bientôt. Au revoir.